So it's me, your boy K Samson. Listen, I have this topic for us. It will be like a lesson, but because we need to be sincerely vigilant. Listen, when God reveal your enemy, just believe him because he will never lie word to you. Sometimes before we get involved in anything, just that we are not vigilant, we are not ready for that vision. God reveal some certain things to us, some certain categories of people, either by their behavior, by their attitudes, and by their character. And if someone tell you whom they are, believe them. That is whom they really are. So the issue is this: if someone tell you they don't love you, don't try to convince them because they will never. That is just the far truth. If someone open up his or her mouth and tell you, I don't love you, just believe and let him or her go because they don't. No matter how you trust to try to force them to stay in your life, they will never. This is the reason why we have a lot of people being killed just because they are not able to do or to discover the red flag of people who pretend to love them. You get what I'm saying? So this is what I passed through particularly in my life. You get what I'm saying? This is what I passed through, which almost lead to a point where if only God knows. So what am I trying to say is this: when people just give you a sign that they don't love you, either by their word, by their character, just believe them. You get what I'm saying? Because the moment you start to make them understand that you love them, that even if they don't love you, you love them, it will come to a point where they will start to use you. Because majority of people we are going to meet or you have met, most of them will do what? You will have the feeling that they don't love you. You will have the urge that they don't love you. And you will keep trying your best to convince them to love you. So the where the problem lies is this: once they discover that you love them more than they love you, they will try to, by all means, to do what? To waste your time, use you and dump you. You get what I'm saying? So when God reveal our enemies to us, let's just believe and let them go. Yes, I know sometimes it's hard for you to understand them. I know sometimes it's hard for you to let people you love go, but it is better you let them go than they do what? That they hurt you and terminate you. You get what I'm saying? Because I've heard a lot of news. I've seen a lot of men who killed their husband. I mean, a lot of men who killed their wife. A lot of women who also hurt their husband. So even in my village, that was something that happened last 2 years. So this lady was involved in marrying a man. So everyday fight, everyday domestic violence. The family of the woman advised the woman to leave the marriage. Which, as for me, if I'm the one, I will advise my sister to leave that marriage. Everyday fight. And it come to a point where this family become tired of telling their sister to leave with the marriage. The sister refused. And suddenly, there was a quarrel between two of them one day. So it get to a point where this lady was stabbed to death. The husband was nowhere to be found. But police investigate and they found out that the husband traveled the same night. So what does that mean? If you come to figure out, you understand that it is what? It is the man who did that. But he just travel in that particular moment so that people will not suspect him. But people who were living there have already saw her, see him in that the same night. But he just traveled overnight. So what am I trying to say, brothers? We can see how the world, everything that is going on in the world today, we can see how many people who are being taken just because of what they refuse to do or to give second chance. So what am I trying to say? Let's be careful with people we fall in love with. When God reveal your enemies, when God reveal people who don't love you, just believe, accept and let go, because better people are still coming. You got what I'm saying? Better and good people are still coming. I'm not saying you should divorce your marriage, but if it leads to a point of violence, let it go. You got what I'm saying? It is better to be single, live fine, live good, than to be killed. Why the next person who killed you will start to live a good life? I'm not advising, I don't advise any violence because I've never experienced it. Yes, I will tell you politely truth. I have never experienced what they call violent, domestic violence. I've never experienced it in my life. I have never experienced it in my life. So what am I trying to say is this: if you are not comfortable and the next person within you is not comfortable, even in your relationship, a man raise up his man, beat you, talk with you, doing anything, and you are there saying one day he will change. Believe me, no matter how beautiful you may try to make a goat look like, that goat is not going to turn. A goat can never be like a lion. And a lion cannot born a goat. So it's a deep word. You get what I'm saying? I'm not calling anyone a goat, but it's a deep word that you need to understand. No matter how beautiful a goat may be, a lion cannot give a birth to a goat. So what am I trying to say? Someone who beat you in a relationship will not only beat you in a relationship, will tear you and destroy you. So be careful with people whom you do what you be with, you mingle with. It can be you. I'm not saying only marriage or relationship, but when it comes to also in your friends, a friend who don't support you, who don't care about your own, who don't care about how you do, who is always there when they need something from you, who is always available when he or she needs something from you. They will only call you when they need something from you. You need to run away from them, because that is a red flag. The moment you yourself will need something from them, you will come to understand that they are not going to be there with you. Because it's better to have one friend than to have a thousands of friends whom you call your friend, but they are all your enemies. You get why? So remain blessed, my brothers. May God bless you all. Be blessed.